Hey guys, we are in Australia at the moment. Yo! We've had a pretty amazing journey. We've been here for the last 2 months, and somehow we've been able to do it really cheaply, easy, and in the flow. Mostly thanks to Hara, who did amazing preparation work. So in this movie, we'd like to talk about how we did that and just show you what we've been up to.
There's too much stuff.
What?
There's just too much stuff.
What happened here?
This is all of our stuff.
Where are we then?
We're in a crazy shopping mall in Australia.
You're back in Australia.
We're in Australia.
What's that?
Tahini.
Is it tahini?
So we arrived in Australia and we landed in a place called Kuranda, which is a small rainforest town just inland of Cairns.
And we started exploring what it feels like to be in Australia. We started to walk around and go on small little nature walks, all the while doing like 1 hour of garden work every day.
Kiss the flowers and fly.
The one thing we did feel is that we were in a house in the suburbs and we didn't have a car, which you kind of need in the suburbs. So we were left to either hitch or walk. Still, all in all, we really enjoyed our time there, and luckily Hara had a really good friend who came to pick us up.
Yeah, my beautiful friend Paulie came to pick us up, and then we ended up out on the property where he's living, and we spent a night under the stars, and we slept outside by the fire and played music. Yeah, so from Kuranda, we were like really desiring to camp out under the stars, be by the fire, be, with community and really connect with the people here and connect with the land. So we went up to the Daintree.
Good morning, Petra.
Renee has this thing where I keep videoing in every possible moment. Am I wearing my pajamas? And spent a week up in the Daintree at a friend's place, Prem. So we got the opportunity to be there while there was a festival on called Prem Stock Fruits and Roots, and yeah, it was really beautiful. And the festival is all about taking us back to a more natural way of being.
And when you get there, there's like a little river you need to cross, and there's crocodiles in the river, and all the bags go in the boat, and some people are okay with going in the river, and this way we make our way. And from there on, everybody just helps out where they can, and everybody does what they feel to do. And meals are happening, things are planted in the garden, trees are being taken care of, music is made, and it's really good vibes.
It's really an opportunity for you to step up into what you feel to offer. So whether that be like a workshop on movement, cooking, cleaning, doing some gardening. So it's really just, about stepping up and stepping into what you feel to contribute.
And then you always notice people who have been in these environments before, they kind of need to say, like, this is how we do things. And actually the people who are always there and always take the lead were not there. So there was a beautiful opportunity to see, like, who's going to step up. And sometimes in the beginning we were just also checking it out a bit, and at some point we really felt the need for a change. The energy was a bit masculine, and there's a lot of live music on guitars, and we felt we needed something a little bit softer and a little bit more as a collective. And so one night we made a beautiful meal, and we gathered the tribe and made a little mandala in the middle and candles and nice music. Gathered everyone in a circle, and we did a big blessing for the food. And yeah, this was really beautiful to do, and also it's beautiful to see how appreciative people were of that. So it's like you take a step and you take charge, but only for everyone. It's like, I feel this needs to be done, and learning how to make that happen.
It's just like really learning to speak from that place of trust and not being afraid to speak up, or when I am speaking up sometimes, wondering how that's being perceived by other people and not worrying too much about that and just sharing from a place of love. It was really just an amazing opportunity for us to go mostly raw and just to eat when we feel, instead of going by like these strict meal times of like breakfast, lunch and dinner. It was really just like grab a coconut here, grab a mango there, a papaya here. You know, it was like really easy, and I think we'll be taking a lot of that back to Bali with us.
And our digestion felt amazing eating like this, like very hydrated, everything moving very smoothly. And we actually noticed when we came out of this journey, we started to eat some crackers for convenience. Again, we were on the road, and we noticed how drying these things were. And we actually made a commitment not to buy any crackers anymore, because it's just, very dry stuff. Yeah, and finally, lots of gratitude to Prem, who really generously opens his land. This is a somewhat older man, and really beautiful how he lives in connection with the nature and with the trees, the fruit trees that he's planting, and he's just opening it up for tribe and for anyone to come and collaborate. And because of that, there's all this activity and lots of beautiful things happening. So we had a really good time there, and at some point we had to leave because we had arranged this relocation deal. We looked at ways to go south. We needed to go from like area of Cairns in the north in the Daintree to Brisbane, which is about 1700 kilometers. So we could either fly or we could drive. And we heard of this thing where people rent campers and they drive them north, and the campers need to go back and you get really cheap deals. It's called camper van relocation deal. And so we found one, and we actually found a really good one where you also get some money for the petrol. And the thing is, they give you a window. Within this many days you need to do it, you need to drive, and this is how many days you get for free. And after that you need to pay like $100 a day. So you kind of need to make it within their time frame. And we looked at everything, and at some point we just said, yeah, let's just do it, and let's go and let's enjoy. And what we imagined was, we calculated, we drive 4 or 5 hours a day, and then we still have nice evenings together with some campfire somewhere, and
being out under the stars, being able to drink a nice glass of wine, and I I think we underestimated really how much driving is required, and as Renee was saying, that we had to move relatively quickly. So the whole trip was great, but we didn't get such an opportunity to see and experience all of the things that we were expecting from the journey.
Yeah. Still, we did like one nice thing a day where we took an hour for a break at a really beautiful viewpoint, and there have been some amazing views. And you get to see Australia and how spacious it is, how big it is, and it's really amazing. And we take our times in the mornings to wake up and have our breakfast before we get going. But then in the evening it would be dark or beyond dark before we would get there.
Not really quite knowing where you're camping for the night and where you're going to wake up in the morning, but I guess that's all part of the adventure.
We didn't want to pay for accommodation, so we always looked for a spot where we could stay for free, which is totally doable, but it is some like browsing whilst you're driving and figuring things out on the way. And what we realize is we get pretty good at figuring out life as we go, but it can be also somewhat intense and tiring. You then find yourself, for example, in a shopping mall just to charge your things because we haven't been in a powered campsite for days, and we need to figure out where we're going. And also Hara is teaching on the way, and so we had to find a way to make that work with internet connection, and she has this online classroom which just pops up wherever we are, and this time it was in the van.
A living room. God. We're driving in the camper van. We are leaving the hot weather and the humid climate of far north Queensland, and we're slowly moving into colder weather.
And we said we're going to go in this time to Australia. People said, oh, but it's going to be winter there. And we're like, yeah, but Australian winter, it's still pretty warm, 20 degrees during the day, 5 degrees during the night. Sounds okay, and some fresh air away from always the tropics is actually nice, and so we consciously chose this. But at the same time, when you haven't lived in Europe for a while and you haven't had real winters for a while, it's still cold, especially when you don't come very well prepared. We didn't have any warm clothes.
The sun is shining today. We are in Brisbane with our luggage. We seem to be very good at packing up and moving on. Seems to be a reoccurring theme in our lives at the moment.
So we're driving, we have to drop off the van, we have to first find a recycling depot, and then we have to fill up the van with petrol. Then we have to drop off the van and clean everything inside. Oh wait, first we go to self-cleaning service. And Hara does the inside, Renee does the outside. Go, 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 pack your bags, leave everything behind, wrap up the fridge, eat the last bit of food, go to the road, get a taxi.
Sip on some red wine that's left over from last night.
Find out how to get to the next place.
And here's a taxi!
So we were moving south and we had a house sit arranged here near the coast, like really close to the coast, to the
Like
beach.
right next to the ocean. We could
Right
hear the
next.
ocean from the house. So nice.
Super beautiful and grateful again for this opportunity. He's a good friend of Hara. We had an opportunity to be there and take care of their dog
And the cat.
and the cat. And again, one thing we noticed is we figured everything out and now we're there and we don't have a car. We tried the bikes, it didn't work. It's a beautiful location, amazing to be here. But we just walked half an hour to the nearest store. We would kind of like to see a little bit more of the surroundings. Sometimes we just jump into things.
Where are we going? What are we doing?
We are in Ocean Shores. We are walking back from the supermarket with heavy bags. Look where we are. The colors are amazing. Brusky! Finally some beach time. The sun is out. We brought some smoothies to the beach. So we've been here for about 3 days now. I think it's been raining a lot.
Every day!
When the sun is out, it's still nice and warm, but when it's raining, it's cold. Two more house sits. We had to move earlier out of our previous house sit and quickly find something, and over Facebook we found something. These girls were going, we were coming.
And communication was very quick, very short.
We invited a friend over for a night. He slept in his van and he was with us for a bit. And they were very controlling of who was in their space.
How much time the dog should have been outside and been inside, and all of these things that weren't communicated. And had there have been more communication and more phone calls or more notes prior to them leaving, then yeah, we would have obviously moved with that, but we moved with what we felt was most appropriate.
And so in all we learned lessons about communication. And
Yeah.
I think they did too. And you jump into all these different places, and that's actually really beautiful with these house sits. You get to experience how different people live their lives. And you're stepping into their lives, into their pets, their house, and you're kind of following their ways, their routines. And we got to experience what we want. And now we're at the final house sit, which is just like the best. Yeah, we got in contact with this woman who had to go away, and she has this beautiful piece of land. What is it?
jackfruit tree.
Amazing. Good morning. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Having this house sit, we're having the opportunity to eat directly from the garden, and we're going straight in the garden and picking our greens and using them for all of our meals, and just really remembering that connection to our food, coming out here in the afternoon and giving the garden a good water and know that it's producing all of this incredible food is amazing.
Creature from the earth in her natural habitat.
You want some? Where are we, Renee?
Brisbane Center Hostel, 1 night, teaching, 4 hours sleep, airplane, on the way to Bali.